Hello, lovely, and welcome to another episode. I'm Yasmin Vorajee from Tiny Time Big Results. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about whether you should put your prices on your website. So, welcome. If you are new here, I'm Yasmin. I'm the creator of Tiny Time Big Results, and I help solopreneur coaches, consultants, experts to grow a profitable 20-hour week business by charging a premium and working fewer hours. And if you're a regular, then welcome back. It's great to see you. All right, let's get straight into this. So, this is a question I see all the time. I'm not kidding, literally all the time. And I've been in the online business for 13 plus years. And as you can imagine, that wave of whether you should put your prices on your website has like just gone like this, literally. It has ebbed and flowed, and people have said yes, no, yes, no. And so I want to tell you a little story, which is going to explain my rationale for why I believe you should put prices on your website. So I'm going to take you back to 2014. And my daughter had just been born a few months. I had a little boy, he was 3 years old. And I've got to be honest with you, my business was struggling, really struggling. I was having a very tough time. I was just like, I'm not cut out for this. I don't know what to do. Obviously, I also had two very small children. So that didn't help. But I was really struggling. And I remember flicking onto Facebook in its heyday. And I remember watching this woman doing a video. I'd seen some of her other stuff before, and something that she said just really grabbed my attention. And I just thought, do you know, I need help. I actually do need help. So I toddled off onto her website and I checked out her coaching packages. And she had a silver and she had a gold. Now, the silver was like £2,500. The gold was £5,000 at the time. And when I looked at it, I was like, okay, so this is what I'm going to get from this experience. And okay, I can do the £2,500, right? So I made an appointment and I booked the call and I worked with her and it was amazing. And, she actually helped me to create Tiny Time Big Results. I know for sure, 100%, I would not have booked that call if I had not seen her prices because in my head, she was too expensive. I knew she felt like as if, because she had such a huge following, she had this massive group and oh, was groups even available at the time? But she just had this, oh, she had a big page. I remember that. And I know that I wouldn't have booked it. I know I wouldn't have booked it. And actually, that prevented me from having a really great experience. That would have prevented me from having a great experience. And so I'm a big believer in actually putting your prices on your website or having some kind of a, starts from or ranges from or prices for your actual offers. And here's why, right? Because I know that there is a school of thought out there that tells you that, you need to explain the value and you need to explain the context and all of that good stuff. And I get that. I really get that. But I know that as a consumer, as someone who regularly invests in herself, I do not book a call if I can't see pricing, right? Even a range, give me a ballpark figure at the very, very least, right? I will not book a call because I will just assume you're too expensive for my budget, whatever my budget looks like. And also, I don't want to be embarrassed on a call. If someone turns around and says, well, it's going to be 30,000, you're like, whoa, okay, that's not in my budget at all. I don't want to be embarrassed, right? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't also want to be subjected to, well, if you really, valued yourself and you believed in yourself or you would invest, blah, 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 all that horrible, horrible nonsense, right? So I believe that you should have your prices on your website, right? Because I've got three reasons why I'm going to share with you, right? So, first of all, that transparency actually builds trust, right? Because you're not hiding. Like, if you're not putting your price on your website, what are you hiding? Like, is it so expensive or like, oh, I have to explain the value? But you know what? My philosophy and the way that I like to do business is I put out a ton of content, right? I've got my book, I've got my podcast, I've got my videos, right? I put out a lot of content. So, really and truly, my messaging should be doing the selling for me, right? That's my perspective. My assets, my digital assets should be doing the pre selling for me, right? So that when you look at the quality of my work, the quantity of it, I have been doing this for a while, you go, yeah, actually, you know what? That is a really fair price for the offer, right? So that transparency builds trust. I know that people get on a call with me because they know exactly how much it's going to be. And then it is like the easiest sales call. How do you want to pay? Amazing. I love it, right? So transparency builds trust. It attracts ready buyers. So somebody looks at your price and they'll go, oh, do you know what? That's not possible for me right now. But they have it in their head that they want to work with you. Right now, you're on their vision board, right? Now they're thinking about how can I make this work, right? So it's not like it's not a loss or anything like that. They're just thinking about how they're going to work with you. But also on the other side as well, somebody looks at that and go, great, let's go for it. That's an easy sell for you too, right? And thirdly, it positions you as confident and grounded in your pricing, right? Because if you weren't, if you're like, I'm going to have to like do some shady stuff or I'm going to have to convince and all that nonsense, right? That's not positioning you in a confident manner, in a like, look at me, I know what I'm talking about manner, right? So when you have your prices, you can say, this is what it is, right? So this is where your messaging, your positioning, your content, everything that you're creating, all your assets, they have to point to demonstrating the value without you having to do it on a call and feeling like you're wasting hours and hours of your time, your precious time, with people who are like going, oh, that's too expensive. That's way beyond what I thought it was going to be. You don't want that, right? You don't want that. You want to have a business where you are building a system, which is exactly what I help my clients do, whether you work with me one-on-one or in my premium client accelerator. What we're doing is we're getting you that really solid, high value message, right? That amazing value that is going to create such an incredible return for them, that they're going to get that outcome that they really desire. And then we help you to actually create that messaging, positioning asset that's going to make someone binge consume your content and go, she's the one for me, right? So when you get on a sales call, if you do sales calls, it's going to be short and sweet. It's going to be like, yeah, let's do this. Often, well, for one-to-one, I do sales calls because I want to know who you are. Like, so when you apply to work with me, I want to know if we're going to be a good fit, because sometimes it might not be, and that's okay. But I like to do those calls to make sure that we are a good fit, right? So they're my reasons why I believe that you should be transparent about your prices on your website. Put them up, have a range if you don't want to give the exact amounts, right? But I really do believe that in this day and age, people need that level of clarity, and they are looking for it. Because I know from having had these conversations, and I can see it in all the different communities and threads and things, people are saying, I will not book a call unless I know the price. And so for me, I just feel like this cuts out a lot of that whole mishy-mashy middle stuff, where you just kind of go, this is just going to be so much easier, right? And it helps you to feel grounded, and then that the people who are coming into your world, who are coming to work with you, they know how much it is, and they're comfortable and they're happy. And that's what you want, isn't it? You want to attract those premium clients, right? Because they're the ones who are going to help you to be able to do amazing deep transformations, work fewer hours. And one of the ways that I help my clients to really build out that ecosystem in their business is to have those lower priced offers as well, that can become the feeder for your higher value products as well. The way we look at business has got to change. It can't just be about that quick fix and that cash injection. It's got to be about sustainability. It's got to be about longevity. And it's got to be about looking at the people that are coming to work with you as real human beings and not just transactions. We're not here just to make a quick buck. We're here to actually change lives and make a difference. And that's why you're here as well. All right, my love, if you've enjoyed this video and you're thinking, okay, but I don't know what to charge for my coaching program, then I want you to watch the video. You'll see it in my list videos there about how to price your coaching program. So check out that video as well. And I will see you next time. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Take care.